All right, so what we're going to look at first are the external anatomical structures of the shark here. So we'll start at the anterior region and work our way down to the posterior region. This region is called the dorsal region, and this would be the ventral region. Notice the color change that occurred. The dorsal region is going to be darker than the ventral region because they have counter shading, meaning the top side is always darker than the bottom side, to provide them with the element of surprise while they're in the water column. They hide in plain sight. The anatomical structures on the external region, this area is the rostrum right here. As we move further back, we have the eye, and behind the eye is the spiracle. The spiracle is not present in all sharks. Only sharks that can sit on the bottom of the ocean floor will have the spiracle, or I guess sharks that possess the spiracle are the only ones that can sit on the bottom of the ocean floor. So do all sharks swim continuously? The answer is no, they don't. Some of them use the spiracle to bring in water, oxygenated water, pushing it over the gills and then pushing it out over the gill slits. So that's what we're looking at here. You can see these structures right here, these slits along the side. These are called the gill slits, and this is where deoxygenated water or heavily carbonated water is going to exit. So water heavy with carbon dioxide is going to leave this particular area. As we move further back, we have our pectoral fin right here. When we go further back, you can see this is our first dorsal. On sharks, not all, but many possess a spine that would sit right here. As we continue further back, you have a second dorsal. Not all sharks have two dorsal fins, but this particular dogfish does. We continue further back and you see the caudal fin, and as far as the caudal fin goes, this is a heterocercal tail. The word heterocircle is broken into hetero and circle, where hetero means different and circle means tail. And we're talking about the fact that the upper lobe is different from the lower lobe. They don't look the same. The type of scales found on a shark are called placoid or placoid scales. And your hand, if you were to run it over the top, feels smooth one direction, and it'll actually feel like sandpaper the other direction, and that's because they possess a spine, which reduces the friction for them. So we have our pectoral fin here in the pectoral region, and if we flip it over, we have a pelvic fin right here. Some sharks will possess an anal fin, however, this shark does not have one. The anal fin would also be located in this area. Externally, also looking, we can note the lateral line system, which is used to pick up electrical signals in the water for them. And it's this area right here that looks like it's almost divided between the two colors. And so it runs along the entire side of the fish, and it allows for them to sense their environment and, like I said, pick up those signals in the water. So we're going to flip it so that it's dorsal side down, ventral side up. And you can see the nostrils on the anterior region here. So this is the rostrum. Those are the nostrils. All these little dots right here are called ampullae of Lorenzini, and they are little gel-like pits that also pick up stimulus in the water. This is the jaw right here, and so the mouth inside with those ferocious teeth. Continuing down, again, we pass the pectoral fins down the ventral side all the way down to the pelvic fin here. And in the middle of the pelvic fin is this cloaca. And the cloaca is the opening for waste and gametes to enter and exit. And then, of course, where the pups are birthed in the female. This is a female, and we can tell that because she lacks an extra set of a division in the fin, and that extra division in the fin actually would make up the claspers. So a male is going to have two kind of loops right here separate from the pelvic fin. So these are the external structures of your shark.